Welcome to the 4th edition of the QuaranTOON Comedy Showcase, everybody. I'm your host, Dan Brown. I feel like quarantining in an empty house is getting to me a little. Instances of talking to myself are up 30%. My crazy index is in the yellow. Every day I wake up and think, what should I do today? Argue with myself in the living room or in the kitchen? I just can't decide. Maybe I'll get a pet. I haven't seen another person in days. Perhaps I'll talk to a little kitty instead of these voices in my head. Actually, that's not true. I've been to the store a few times. But it's confusing because all the tape arrows on the supermarket floor distract me from the fact that all the colored tiles are lava. Are you squirrely and fidgeting recluses ready for your next comedian? Then give it up for Mega Harrison!
Hey guys, how's everybody doing in these pandemic times? I have been home so much for the first time. I've used my oven more times in the past few months than I have in my entire life. Like, I was making a frozen burrito. I was using the oven, not the microwave. Yeah, I was feeling pretty ambitious. So I read the directions, right? So I look for just the key information that I need, which is the oven temp and the duration. And this burrito package said to me, the burrito is finished when it has reached an internal temperature of 165 degrees. Ha. Yeah. Yes. What is it about me voluntarily heating up a frozen burrito right now that makes you think that I have a well-equipped kitchen? And honestly, who do you think you are, burrito? The fine people at Hot Pocket would never do something like this to me. So you really do, I think you learn who your friends are. But no, and I've been doing some actual cooking, whatever that means, because honestly, let's just admit it. Cooking is a scam. It's a scam, man. It's all just, you're mixing together, like a bunch of different things using the same general process, and then that's food and you eat it and that's cooking. No. So like, it takes away my favorite part about food, which is, frankly, the mystery. Like, I don't want to know whatever it is I'm eating. I don't want to know how the sausage was made. Like, literally, I don't even want to know how you heated it up. Frankly, let's just say it like this. Like, my favorite candy is Dum Dum's mystery flavor. Not a good candy. Think of the intrigue. Like, oh man, cooking, so stupid. I've had some crazy thoughts, I guess, these past months. Been thinking a little crazy, spending a little bit too much time with myself. So I was thinking of this thing, just about how your body has these mechanisms of kind of how it perceives different information and how it filters out information that it doesn't need. So like, for example, you got your eyeballs, right? So there's veins running through your eyeballs all the time, but you don't see those because your body is like, oh, those are there. They're there all the time. You just ignore it. It does. Your body does the same exact things, same process, I think, with your butthole. So like, your butthole is surrounded by hair all the time, but you can't feel it there. And then the moment a single hair from your head dares cross your butthole, it is go time. Your butthole gets so mad about it. Yes, it's ignoring its own hairs all the time, but think about it. Think about how offensive that is, really. Like, it's like you've got a castle and you're protecting it with a moat of water and a tsunami hits it. Like, it is truly ironic. And isn't this what Alanis Morissette died for? Thank you guys so much. I'm Mega Harrison.
Speaking of cooking in beeholes, what if the guy price gouging the toilet paper has the coronavirus? I can't believe I paid extra for the quilted northern from his special secret stash where he keeps the good stuff. Are you guys ready for your next comedian? Well, then give it up for Gupta!
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that quarantine might be over. I'm not really even sure anymore, man. I know that Connecticut is a good place to be, which is crazy. I think that's the craziest thing this virus has done, is make people thankful they live in Connecticut. Everybody here is still unhappy, though, which maybe that's just how it is here. I think Connecticut could probably have 0 coronavirus cases, and everyone who lives here would still be like, nah, fuck this place. Quarantine's been interesting. People have asked me, like, was it hard being a comedian during quarantine? And the answer is yes, but also it's not that hard for comedians to sit in a room and be sad for months on end. We were all kind of doing that anyway. I think it was hard for my white guy friends to not do comedy because people of color were used to shit going wrong, but white guys not doing comedy, you're taking away something that they cherish, demanding attention from everybody. I don't mean to be a racially charged person. Everybody's talking about race now. I grew up amongst the whites, but I didn't grow up among like hateful white people. I just grew up around like goofy white people. Like, we lit off fireworks, but we aimed them at each other. This is a true story, actually. This was a tradition in my hometown. If you were driving and you saw someone walking on a sidewalk, you would stick your head out the window and just yell the word ball sack at them. So that was my childhood, and now I'm a cartoon. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about dating during quarantine. I'm glad that some dating situations survived quarantine because mine did not. I don't know if anybody's ever told you they don't love you anymore when you're both wearing face masks. But it's a pretty surreal experience because we didn't even look like we were dating. We just looked like two ninjas that just assassinated their boss and had to part ways. Relationships are tricky. One time I dated an alcoholic, which sounds stressful, but it's only really stressful if you're a girl. If a girl dates a guy alcoholic, everybody's worried because guys are sociopaths. But if a guy dates a girl alcoholic, he orders pizza 3 times a week. She was a therapist. That's a real story. I dated an alcoholic therapist. She wasn't my therapist. I don't have one. I probably should, but I dated somebody else's. One of the last things my alcoholic therapist girlfriend said to me was, "I'm sorry, I'm bad at communicating," which is a fucked up thing to hear from a therapist because that's like hearing your Uber driver tell you about a DUI. Relationships are hard. I think that being gay is harder than being straight, but I think that being in a straight relationship is harder than being in a gay relationship because men and women are just never on the same page. Like, men don't like it when women are emotional, and women don't like it when men exist. Like, we're just never on the same page. Men are like, why are you being weird right now? And women are like, why the fuck are you like this? Like, how did this happen? Can I talk to your mom? Why do you drink every time Fresh Prince reruns are on? That doesn't even make sense. All right, that's my time, everybody. Thank you. Give it up for your host, Dan Brown.
That's our show. Thanks for not coming out, and don't forget to tip your Netflix providers and antisocial neighbors. Good night, everybody.